what you said to me is the same. You said to me, okay, let's look what you said.
What did my brother have to say?
No, all the hadith actually you saying.
As long
You just said to me.
here we go. This is now. Any comment? Any comment? Yeah, how are you, Abbas?
Yeah, hello. How are you?
I'm fine. Hey, Abbas.
Yeah,
somebody made a video.
to a Muslim.
Abbas, somebody made a video about you saying that they are arrogant and they got you busted. Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, because they have you there saying that, and it's recorded. So you better watch it and laugh. Anyway, what do you want to say, Abbas?
Yeah, well, I'm proud of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's statement. Every single statement of his, I'm proud.
Okay, do you agree? Do you
about
agree?
The stars. The one you asking a question about this shooting star and Satan is Satans are afraid of that. First of all, let me correct you. It's not a prophecy. It's just a fact he's saying. It's not a prophecy. It's not that he's saying it's going to happen in the future.
Okay.
He just say that happens.
No, but this is this is a prophecy.
So get it right.
Let me tell you
right. It's not a prophecy.
Hold on. If somebody tell me something nobody knows except somebody else, that's a prophecy. Don't you agree?
No, it's not prophecy. It's just a fact.
No.
Nobody knows that fact, but somebody's telling you.
Thank you.
This
So
is
prophecy
right
is not necessarily is about something will happen. The prophecy is about something unknown to a human being, except by God telling a prophet what it is. So this is a prophecy about what does happen in the sky. Now let me ask you now. You are saying that Allah he shoot shaitan by a star. How you say you are proud about that?
First of all, you're wrong again. Prophecy is something which happened in the future, and you're telling people that's going to happen. Prophecy is not what happened in the past and what's happening right now. That's not prophecy. That's just a fact which people don't know. So get your facts right.
So this is not.
My English is bad.
So is it? Okay.
Really poor.
Prophecy, according to Abbas, is a fact. It's not a fact nobody knows. So this is what we call it. What we call it now?
No. I say prophecy is something which is going to happen in future.
Okay, no problem.
And somebody's telling in advance.
Okay,
so get your facts right.
Okay, let me ask you. So did Shaitan already? Did Shaitan already? Hold on. Did Shaitan already try to spy, or this is in the future?
Shaitan is doing it all the time. Shaitan is doing it from the time immemorial.
Okay, so how come Shaitan is doing it all the time and Shaitan don't die?
No, what is saying that the shooting stars are to scare them. So Satan
scare them. Okay, hold on. First of all, where is the shooting stars? Where is the shooting stars? Where it says shooting stars?
They are in the space, of course.
The shooting stars are here. It says stars, not shooting stars. Shooting stars are meteor.
Shooting stars are meteors.
Right, but this is not meteor. Those are stars.
No. Shooting stars are not meteor.
So what they are?
What are you talking about?
So what they are?
Not shooting stars. They are just stars. They just go around in the galaxy in a very high speed.
Okay, no. We are talking about. Let me make it clear for you. Maybe you are confused. Muhammad is talking about Shaitan. Shaitan he live in the earth. So Muhammad he sees something in the sky falling down, and that for him is a shooting star. This is what?
No. The Satan and those spirits.
Let me.
They can travel.
You know, Abbas, you force me always.
They can travel out in the space.
Okay.
And now you have.
So what it is? Is it a star or not?
Are you going to let me speak or not?
Is it a star or not?
You are like a kid, you know.
Well, let us see who's the kid. Is it a star or not?
What? Oh yeah, it is a star, yeah.
Okay.
And shooting stars.
So, but Shaitan, he live inside the earth. How Allah he shoot Shaitan, who live inside the zone of the earth? He cannot leave the zone of the earth. How he shoot him without destroying the earth? It's a star. Do you know how big the star?
Okay, hang on a minute. You say Shaitan live in the earth, yeah?
Yes.
What is their address? Give me his address.
Well, don't you Muslims, you go throw 7 stones to the house of Shaitan in the Kaaba?
Give me his address. Give me his address. Now Christopher is going to give us address.
Listen. You see, here we go. Abbas is playing as a kid. Give me the address. You're being silly. You give me the address because it's you Muhammad. It's you Muhammad. Hold on. Let me put the picture of the house of Shaitan next to the Kaaba in Islam. This is not in my religion. In your religion, Shaitan is living in Mecca. Is that true or not?
Oh, I see. Like your God live in the
answer. Don't answer. Don't play games. Do you Muslims throw 7 rocks at the house of Shaitan in Mecca? Yes or no?
That's just a monument. It's just for the remembrance what Abraham did.
What Abraham did? So there is no Shaitan.
Satan is everywhere. He can be everywhere.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. So you are saying to me that Abraham, he threw rocks at the Shaitan there?
That time Satan appeared to him.
In that place. Okay, let us say Shaitan, he appeared to him in that place. Why you Muslims? Why he appeared in the same city of Allah, the city of Allah, in the holy city?
Well, Satan is not bound not to. You know, even in the Kaaba, in the middle of the Kaaba, people still there are signs there that be careful of thieves.
Okay, listen. Let us go to your request. Let us go to your request. You are the one who says to me, Shaitan is in the earth. Give me his address. You said to me, give me his address. Let me ask you, is Shaitan is in the earth or not?
Satan can be everywhere.
Okay, can he be out of the earth? Can he be out of the earth?
Absolutely, yeah, he can be out of the space
guys,
as well.
Remember, because this guy, he will say later, he will say, I did not say that. He just said, yes, he can be out of the earth. Absolutely. Do you mean he can be out in the space? Yes or no? And out of the earth, out of the zone of the earth? Yes or no? You said yes.
Yeah, I'm going to answer you.
You said already yes. You said already yes.
I'm answering you. Yeah. Why always yes and no? Are you still a terrorist?
You said already yes. Explain to me. Just give me more details. You said already yes. I'm not waiting for you to say yes.
I am saying, look, I am as a Muslim. I have no problem if I'm proven wrong. If you prove me wrong, fine. But to my knowledge, Satan is a force, and he can be out of the space, out in the space, and he can be. That's my understanding right now.
All right.
I'm not going to quote you where the Quran says or not. But if you prove me wrong, I have no problem accepting you wrong. But the thing is, even if he's trying to go out of in the space with the shooting stars, he can be scared and he do not go out.
All right, hold on. You see, but you said the Shaitan, he's not in the earth. You are the one who said that. I said to you, how Shaitan, he can be shot by a star, but he live in the earth without destroying the earth.
No. You say he lives in the earth. That's what he said.
Yes, he live in the earth. He cannot go out of the earth. He cannot read the Quran. Read the Quran.
Exactly. So
you are an official ignorant. Read the Quran, chapter 55, verse number 33. Allah is challenging mankind and Shaitan to go out of the earth if they can.
What do you say then? Finish the verse.
Read it.
Finish the verse.
What? Read
Go
it.
ahead.
Read it. You read it. Go ahead.
No, you just said you read
Allah saying يا معشر الجن والإنس إن استطعتم أن تنفذوا من أقطار السماوات والأرض فانفذوا لا تنفذون إلا بسلطان. Now, go ahead.
No. Read the whole verse in English so everybody can understand. Finish the verse.
It's your problem. You don't know English. So why you don't read it for us so we can laugh?
Okay, I can tell you. This verse is, I'm telling you by my memory, yeah? It says, without the permission of Allah. They cannot go out without the permission of Allah. And you know what?
So
you know that.
Okay, did Allah give a permission? Did Allah give a permission to the Shaitan to get out?
Let me explain. You know what you just did? By the will of Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allahu Akbar Kabira. What you just did, you have read the verse, which actually has a prophecy. It's amazing prophecy in this verse.
Okay.
It's talking about the space travel for humankind, which no one could ever imagine. This verse is actually telling us that without the permission of Allah, no one can go out of the space. And now it never says that no one can ever go out of the space. It says, yes, without permission of Allah, you can't go out.
Okay.
So this is actually a prophecy.
Okay, hold on. Guys, we heard Abbas. Listen to this. He heard Abbas. He is saying now, according to him, that Allah, he gave Shaitan and a human being to go out of the space. Is that what you're saying?
I say without the permission of Allah.
No, make it clear. Did Allah give a permission? Did Allah give a permission to the Shaitan and to the listen, one by one. Did Allah give a permission? Either you say yes or no.
Okay. What we know now, we know that humans being went out of the space, so they got the permission. Now about the jinns, we cannot say for surety they got the permission or not. But even if they go out in the space, can they go out as far as to know what the Quran is and where the angels are above the second heaven or the third heaven?
Let me expose you, Abdul.
where the revelations
Okay,
are
let me expose you. Let me expose you, Abdul. You are an ignorant as usual. The verse after it, it says, if you try to do so, Allah will shoot your ass by fire and by copper. Read it.
No. It didn't say ass. Wait, why are you putting words in the Quran?
Not,
say ass.
Not ass, so what? Shoot him where?
Just read the verse.
Okay,
read
here we go. You said to me, yes, Allah, He gave a permission to the man and to the genie. And the proof, and according to you, already a human being went out of the space. But Allah saying, if you try to do that, Allah will send against you both smokeless fire, flame of fire, molten brass of copper, and He will burn you. So why you are lying?
Read the verse. Read the verse.
It's in front of you. Stop saying to me, read the verse.
I'm not on YouTube. I'm not watching YouTube. Okay.
No problem. Open chapter 5, verse number 35.
Chapter 5, you say, or 55?
Chapter 55, verse number 35.
Okay. Just give me a minute. There are many prophecies of Muhammad. Deuteronomy 18 is full of that.
No problem. Here we go. Focus on the prophecy which Muhammad, he said from his mouth, not somebody else. Stop playing games. Now you said, everybody heard you, that yes, it's proving that a human being was able to go out of the zone of the earth. And obviously that's mean Allah, He gave him permission. But Allah saying, you cannot go out, and if you try to do so, Allah will shoot your ass by smokeless flames, which mean very, very hot flame of fire, and molten brass of copper, and He will destroy you.
Okay, I'll read it. So 55:33 was the first one about
55:35 now, yeah.
Yeah, 55:33 was a space travel prophecy. I'm going to read. Yeah, keep laughing like that. Oh company of, I'm reading the context now, okay? Oh company of jinn and men, if you have the power to go beyond the bounds of the heavens and the earth, go beyond them. Yet you will be unable to go beyond them, for that requires infinite power. Which of your Lord's powers will you twain, you men and jinn, then deny? A flame of fire and smoke shall be lashed to you, which you shall be unable to withstand. Which of your lords this is not the verse what the prophecy is about. The prophecy which says without the permission of Allah, that's some other verse.
What other verse?
Now this one is talking.
This is the verse. This is the verse after it. This is the verse about if you try to go out of the earth, Allah will shoot you by a flame. Both of you.
Yeah. So understanding is here is without, if you don't have the permission, this will happen to you.
If you don't have a permission, no, he is saying you don't have a permission. Okay, let me get you busted in front of everybody. Which scholar you agree to read the interpretation of this verse?
No. This is not the verse of the prophecy.
Listen. No, this is the verse of the prophecy, because you said that this is about a travel future for space, right? This is the prophecy that a human being will go to the space. The fact is the opposite. It says that, oh man, assembly of man and jinn, I challenge you to go out of the zone of the earth and the heaven if you can, but you cannot except with my authority. And the authority here is about your prophet himself when he went to the journey in the top of a flying donkey.
Do you know that the Quranic verses, same verses repeat many different times in
Abdul, no problem. This is why we are showing you. This is why we are showing you different verses here. The different verses. The Allah is saying that if you try to go out of the earth, Allah will shoot you. And as you see in the verse saying, both of you, Allah is going to shoot. So this is not only for the man, this is not only for the genie. Both of them, if you try to go out of the zone of the earth, Allah will shoot you. Now if we go to the interpretation, hold on, Abbas, let us not to play games. Let us not to play games. Abbas, can we read the interpretation? Abbas, please, Abbas, can we read the interpretation? Which interpretation you want?
About this verse, read the interpretation, fine. But I'm talking about the one Allah say without.
No problem. We will read both. We will read both. Which one?
I'm looking for that one. That verse.
You are looking for that one. What do you mean looking for that one? What interpretation you like me? Okay, let me open Ibn Kathir, because always you ask me for Ibn Kathir. Is that fine?
33:55. You're talking about it.
Okay. Is it okay if I open Ibn Kathir? Because always you ask me. Always you ask me for Ibn Kathir. Now why you don't want Ibn Kathir? Do you want Ibn Kathir or not?
I always say, yeah, Ibn Kathir is fine, but you always go to continue.
So, hold on. Okay, so let us see what Ibn Kathir says. What do you think? Let us see what Ibn Kathir is. Okay, you don't like Ibn Kathir? Listen, you don't like Ibn Kathir, yes or no? Do you like Ibn Kathir, yes or no?
Ibn Kathir is very good, of course.
All right, here we go. Ibn Kathir, guys. Ibn Kathir is very good. Here we go. This is Ibn Kathir. I did not even open it. This is your Muslim translation. All right, here we go. Here, let us see what it says. O assembly of jinn and man, if you are able to pass beyond the zone of the heaven and the earth, then pass beyond them. But you will never be able to pass them except with the authority from Allah. This is a translation. Now, meaning you will never be able to pass, to escape Allah's orders and decrees, because read it. You will never be able to avoid the avert of his rule and judgment over you. You are surrounded by whatever you may be. And also this is gathering when the angel compromising 7, and then he says illa bi sultan. Let's read what you are saying here. Except with the authority, meaning except by the command from Allah. So Allah have to give a command. Okay, hold on. On that day, man will say, where is the refuge to flee? No, there is no refuge into the Lord of Allah. So nobody will be able to refuge, no one, no exception. And here it says, he continue, and those who they earned, yursilu alaykum shawadun min nar, there will be sent against you both shawaz of nar, which mean like a very hot fire, made from copper, and you will not be able to defend yourself. Ali ibn Abi Taha reported from Ibn Abbas that shawaz is a flame of fire, and then he says it's the flame from above the fire, below the smoke. And then he says, we continue, and even he will use copper. Abu Talha, he reported that the smoke of fire similar reported to Abu Talha, blah 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 blah. Jabir said that the Arab used to call smoke fire. Smoke is called fire. Remember that, because we will talk about it later. So now look, and you will never be victorious. So Allah never allowed anyone to go out of the zone of the earth.
Is that it?
Yeah, this is the tafsir in front of you.
You just waffle a lot, you know that. You just waffle and waffle and waffle.
Do you see here? Does it say that you will not be able to escape Allah?
So when it says without the permission of Allah, what that means?
Okay, who is the one?
Never,
okay, did Allah?
Never,
okay, did Allah give a permission? Allah gave a permission only to His prophets to go to heaven, and He named only Jesus and Muhammad. Yes or no?
Is that the tafsir says that?
Okay, I will show you the tafsir saying that. I'm asking you, say yes or no. Challenge me.
Show me. No, no, and no. Allah did come to give permission to human beings to go in the space as well. But what you
Allah, He gave a permission to human being to go in the space. Where we can find that?
That's why we understand. This is the prediction. Allah is telling. Look, the Muhammad 1400 years ago, talking to the Bedouins, the Arabs, the camel herders, they could not even possibly imagine to go into the space. Go into space. They couldn't even imagine to fly.
Okay.
So what Muhammad is saying here, he should have just said to them, no one can go, and everybody will believe. Of course, it's impossible. But he didn't say that.
No, he didn't say that because he told them already. Because he told them already. He took a flying donkey and he went to heaven. Because if nobody can go, that's mean himself he cannot go.
No one can go without the permission of Allah.
All right, no problem. Who is the one who get the permission of Allah? If there is anyone beside Muhammad and Isa, if there is anyone beside Allah and Isa,
not according to the Quran and Hadith, but since Allah prophesied this, give prophecy, we know that people are traveling in the space.
Okay, okay. You know what? Let us go one by one. Let's go one by one. So hold on. Okay. Listen. When Allah says, human being and genie, you cannot go out of the zone of the earth without my permission. Isn't it Allah? Isn't it Allah? Hold on. Isn't it Allah who orders shaitan and genie to go down to earth, and He says to them, "Do you stay there forever?"
Look, we still stay here. Humans are still staying here, but we travel in the space.
We travel in the space. So Allah, that's mean Allah. Okay, hold on. Okay. Hold on. When Allah, He said to Shaitan and to Adam, get down.
Yeah.
Get down where?
That's you going some different topic now. I can
No. I'm not getting different topic. He told them get down. Get down where?
Okay, now there are difference of opinion. Some Muslims do believe, actually majority of Muslims, they do believe they were in paradise. and from paradise come down to the earth.
Okay.
But there is
so
another thought.
when Allah he said to them, you go down to the earth, is that a penalty? Is that a penalty or reward? So there is no other earth. Okay, Allah said to them, get down. Did he say to them in another place in the Quran, get up?
I haven't finished. I am of the opinion which is the other opinion.
Don't tell me other opinion. Tell me your opinion, my friend. You are the scholar here. You are the big scholar. No. Tell me your opinion. Don't play the game of different opinion. This is what the Muslims they do. They start to confuse you. There's many different opinions. There is many opinions. Tell me the opinion which is convincing for you. Don't tell me different opinion. Allah he told Adam and Shaitan and Eve to get down. Did Allah ever say to them get up? So this was a penalty.
If you let me answer, can I answer?
Okay.
You just so desperate to win, isn't it?
And we are winning always. People are laughing. People are dying at you laughing. You are saying that Allah, when He challenged people to go out of the zone of the earth, this is a prophecy about a space trip. When the fact He's saying the opposite. And if they try to go, Allah will shoot their ass, both of them. The verse after it says right away in the front of your eyes that it says both of you. If you try to go out of the zone of the earth, Allah will shoot you. Does it say both or it say one?
Okay. I follow the opinion that there was not paradise where they came down from. They were still on. They're already on the earth, but they were up in the gardens.
Okay, hold on, guys. Did this guy? He said that the heaven of Allah was in the earth.
That place where they were gardens, where they were, because paradise not necessarily mean heaven. Okay, paradise could be the place of beauty. Place, a very nice place, high garden. So I'm of the opinion they were on the earth at that time when Allah said get down from here.
Which scholar agree with this?
Which scholar agree with me? Well, I think if I'm not wrong, I think Maududi has this kind of explanation.
Maududi. Who's Maududi? Maududi is a scholar.
No.
Maududi is a scholar.
Don't quote me on that.
Maududi is a scholar. Maududi is a scholar.
Maududi has a very good student called
Listen, Abdul, listen. Let me ask you. If I show you your prophet saying the opposite, that heaven was in heaven and it's not in the earth, are you going to follow Maududi or you follow your prophet?
I follow my prophet, of course.
Okay, so how come you quote for me the Maududi? Are you saying to me you are an ignorant idiot?
That's why I give you two.
No, are you saying to me you are an ignorant idiot? You heard about Maududi. You heard about Maududi, what he explained this verse, but you did not hear about your prophet?
That particular hadith probably I don't know, but anyway.
No, I'm not asking about the particular hadith because you are reading the interpretation, right? So the interpretation of Maududi is based on what? He was with the prophet, he knew what the Quran is saying, without what? All interpretation, they have to go back to what their prophet said, or at least one of the companion. Do you agree?
I was quoting you. There's a scholar at the moment.
No, okay, who is the scholar? Maududi is not a scholar. So when you quote for me, quote for me your prophet. What your prophet says about the heaven? Is it heaven in the sky or it is down in earth where Adam and Eve was?
Am I allowed to speak? Okay, look. Let's say the first opinion. So what's your point? Let's say the first opinion is right. Whatever they came from paradise.
I ask you to give me the correct opinion. Stop saying the first one, the second one. Which one?
No, to me, both doesn't matter. What you the point you making?
Okay, let me ask you a question. I don't know how stupid you are, but sorry to call you stupid because you didn't deserve it. Read carefully. In the verse in the front of us, it says that go down to earth.
Yes.
Go down to earth. So if they were in the earth, how he is saying to them go down to earth?
Hang on a minute. Then the shaitan made them slip therefrom, and the brackets say paradise, and got them out from that in which they were. We said, get down all with enmity between yourselves. On earth will be a dwelling place for you and on enjoyment for a time. Okay, show me the Arabic which says the earth here.
Show me the Arabic. The guy, he speak Arabic. Do you speak Arabic now?
Arab, isn't it? Arab. It's not difficult to understand it. Earth.
I mean, what Arabic? Okay, whatever language you want. You don't speak Arabic. Here we go.
No, you always tell us the correct.
But you don't speak Arabic. You don't speak Arabic. Okay, read it for me in Arabic. Go ahead. I'm listening.
What?
No. What the first word? What the first word? What the first word?
بعدكم ليغد عدو ولكم في الأرض مستقر ومتاع إلى حين.
What was the first word, Abbas?
It's a very small print when I was reading.
Okay.
I can read it.
What is the first word? What is the first word?
It's a very small print. You
No
know.
problem.
فأزلهما.
Abdul, listen. I know that you know Urdu, and Urdu use Arabic letters. No problem. But what you said is very stupid. Actually, it's very disgraceful for the Quran. You're just people. They will take it and they will make fun of you. Just wait, people. They are recording. Now listen. Anyway. Now after you did read, and you don't speak Arabic, what you get from this? I mean, you don't speak Arabic. So
no,
why you are saying to me, show me the Arabic? I mean, how stupid what you just did.
Earth. No, because the point you make that it is talking about earth.
Fil ard in front of you. Fil ard. Let me teach you how to read it. فأزلهما الشيطان عنها فأخرجهما مما كان فيه وقلنا اهبطوا بعضكم لبعض عدو ولكم في الأرض مستقر ومتاع إلى حين.
Okay, I'll buy you ice cream now. You read better.
So now does it say that you will go down to earth?
Yeah, I did say the show me the word.
So why you quote for me the stupid Maududi claiming, as you claim, that he said that heaven was not in heaven, it was in the earth, if Allah in the same verse saying get down to the earth?
Okay, it doesn't say get down to the earth.
It says that.
Don't be stupid. Read it properly. It says get you down.
Okay, get down to where?
Okay,
get down where?
Then no. Then the word, then is another statement change. He says on earth will be a dwelling place for you. Correct. And an enjoyment for a
correct time. Get down to the earth where you will live.
It's not say as you saying get down.
Okay, let us see Abbas trying to defend his stupidity. Chapter 2, verse number 36. Hold on, Abbas. Let me, you will leave today and you have tons of injuries. Here we go. This is Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir, he is going to make everybody laugh at you.
I want you to stop right now.
Abdul, stop. Hold on, stop.
No.
Okay, hold on.
Topic is not if they were in paradise or not.
All right, here we go.
That is not the topic. You're changing the topic right now.
No, I'm not changing the topic. I'm not changing the topic. Allah he sent. You see, I'm getting you busted. Allah he sent Adam and Eve and Shaitan to live until judgment day on earth. So how they will get out?
Okay, that's the question now. Look, we humans are still traveling in space, but we're living on earth. Who say we are not living on
Abdul,
earth?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your God Allah, he said, you will not be able to go out of the zone of the earth without his permission. When the permission will be in the judgment day, either in the judgment day or Allah, he have exception for his prophet. As an example, he took Muhammad in the top of a flying mule. It's called al-Buraq. This is the exception. This is the authority of Allah. Yeah. So what you are saying that Allah, after he sent Adam and Eve, he gave another permission that a human and Shaitan can leave the earth, when the fact is totally the opposite. That's why I'm showing you this verse, to make you connect the dots, so you might learn something, make you smarter, but you don't want to learn to be smart. The verse in the front of us saying, if you can go out of the zone of the earth, you cannot. I challenge you. And nobody can leave without permission of Allah. But Allah never gave a permission. And the proof, Allah, he gave order to the Shaitan and to the human to go down to the earth, and they will not leave unless he is a prophet. Allah asked for him, as what happened to Muhammad or to Isa, who is right now in heaven supposedly. This is the authority. And then he continues saying, and if you try to go, Allah will send against you fire and he will burn you, and you will not be able to defend yourself.
May I? Okay, I'll refute you. First of all, I don't know why every time I call you, you get personal with me. It's like I'm talking to my ex-employee, a very angry ex-employee, always attacking me for no reason. Secondly, you make a claim that the Quran is saying that you will only go out of the heavens on the day of judgment. That's what you make a claim. I'll challenge you to show me any even tafsir
All
which
right.
says only on the day of judgment we will go out of the heaven,
Okay.
and not before that.
All right.
Show me even a tafsir.
Okay, guys, did he say show me any tafsir? So if I show you, you will concede and you will say you are ignorant?
Yeah, absolutely, I will. But do you know what I'm asking you?
No. You just told me what you asked me. Show me any tafsir says
What?
that only. No,
repeat
I
what?
said to you only prophets of God they get permission. Did I say that or not?
No. You said on the day of judgment we will go out of the earth. Before that, we are not going to go out of the earth.
Isn't it Allah
That
in the
was the
Quran
claim.
says, you idiot? What are you talking about? Isn't it the Quran says that in the judgment day Allah will destroy the earth, He will rub it with His hand, and then He will burn He will burn all people, and the Muslim they will go in Surat al-Mustaqim. They will go over the bridge.
That is not the same thing.
This
What
is the
you
same
make a
thing.
claim is this.
Is it
No,
the
it's
earth?
not.
Is the
It's
earth
not.
going to be destroyed? Is the earth will be destroyed?
Nobody's saying earth is not going to be destroyed. Nobody's saying that.
So
But
where is the Muslims will stay if the human they will not go to heaven and the heaven is an earth? This is what you are trying to say to me. I said to you, they will go to heaven only when in the judgment day. After that, people will go to hell and people will go to heaven, but the heaven is not in this earth. Yes or no?
listen to me now carefully. My challenge to you is this. Show me anywhere, even a tafsir, which says that before the day of judgment, no human beings or jinn, anybody will go out of the earth. No one ever, only the day of judgment. Show me any tafsir say this thing, because that's what the claim you make.
How many tafsir you want?
I just want one. One tafsir says
I will show
no
you
one
all the tafsir.
can
Here we go.
up.
I will show you all the tafsir.
Yeah, you know what I'm asking you. No one
And
can
you know
go
what I'm
before
yeah,
the day-
you know what I'm asking you.
before
And
the
you,
day of-
as long you are reading Arabic and Urdu, that will make it more funny.
Right.
Let us see. Hold on.
I can't read Arabic without vowels.
Without what?
Without vowels.
Here we
Dama,
go.
kasra, fatha, I can't read without that.
Okay, read with me. This is تفسير الطبري. إذا كان يوم القيامة أمر الله السماء الدنيا فتشققت بأهلها ونزل من فيها من الملائكة فأحاطوا بالأرض. Actually, I will use Google translation. Hold on. So you don't say I don't know how to read. That is about. This is for the same verse we are reading. This is the same verse we are reading together about.
Yeah.
You know, you genie and mankind, you cannot leave the zone of the earth. All right, here we go. This is a website, have all the tafsir, many tafsir in one page. That's why I choose it. Actually, this is Ibn Kathir in the top. I will choose translate into English. All right, here we go.
Yeah, 5533. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, now
Is it okay? All right.
yeah, read with me. This is mean. And the heaven and the earth, well, the translation is not accurate. Okay, and then you say, except by the power of your Lord, and it said in the interpretation. Okay, all right. Okay, so then they said the meaning of this word will empty you, or gravity, or you say to them paradise and paradise, man of you. I mean, the translation is really horrible, but let me see if we can get something out of it. Okay, in the day of resurrection, God, the heaven will open, and the people of the heaven, they will come down. Those are the angels, and they will surround the land, and then let me open the Arabic, because this is really messed up translation, so I can translate beside the stupid Google translation.
Or he doesn't translate as you wanted.
No, it's the translation. Actually, it says, but it says fourth man. Doesn't say that. It says the
Hello?
the day, the earth.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. It says that the angels, they will surround the earth, and they will surround her from all direction. The first, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth, and the sixth, and the seventh. Those are coming from the seven skies, and they are going to shoot. The angels, they are going to shoot. All right. Here we go, and then they will surround all the side of the earth, and read carefully, and then they will say that he's quoting from the Quran. I fear that you summoning day, stupid translation, the day the day you are going to turn your ass, which means you are trying to run, but you cannot run. Okay, and then he says, and then he quote again, O jinn and mankind. and this is the verse we read already. Translation of Google is not accurate. That you cannot leave the zone of the earth, and if you try, that is going to be Allah will shoot you. And then he says, anyway, what is saying here, that you will not leave the earth until the judgment day. Do you see it? He's talking about the angel will come down in the day of resurrection. In the day of resurrection, Allah will send the angels down, and no one before that day can leave the earth. And then the angels, they will start. It says that in the front of us.
No, then you just say before that day no one will leave the earth. Where does it say that?
It says in the front of us. Here we go. Let me give you the link in the, this is Tafsir at-Tabari. It says that this will happen in the judgment day.
Okay, can you highlight what you just saying, that no one before the day?
No, I will show it. Yeah, well, you see. Okay, let me show you in Arabic, and I will show you in English. Here we go.
No, that is my challenge to you.
Hold on, this is my challenge to you too. It's in front of me. It's in front of you. It says, this is a verse. إذ كان يوم القيامة أمر الله السماء الدنيا فتشققت بأهلها. When the day of resurrection come, Allah will order the lowest heaven to open on the people who live in it, which is the angels. وَنَزِلَ مَنْ فِيهَا مِنَ الْمَلَائِكَةِ, and all the angels who are there, they come down. فَأَحَاطُوا بِالْأَرْضِ, and they will surround the earth from عَلَيْهَا بِالثَّانِيَةِ وَالثَّالِثَةِ وَالرَّابِعَةِ. So they are going to surround the earth from all direction number 1, direction number 2, etc. And then they فَصَفُّوا صَفًّا دُونَ صَفٍّ, and they will line people line after line. And then ثُمَّ يَنْزِلُ الْمَلَكُ الْأَعْلَى عَلَى, so Allah, then the Malak, the highest Malak, is going to come down to the earth. And then when they see him, they will try to run away. But they cannot. So this is what the verse is about. It's about the judgment day. And here we go. This is the English translation, which is a stupid translation, even saying the same. This is when the day of resurrection come. Those angels, the angels of the heaven, they will come down and they will surround on the earth, and nobody can run.
Okay, have you finished?
Go ahead.
Have you finished? Can I make a comment? Okay. Now, whatever you say as a Muslim, that's perfectly fine. No problem. On the day of judgment, that is what's going to happen. But what I was asking you, as you made a claim earlier, that no one before the day of judgment can go outside the earth. That was the main thing. And you didn't prove me anything, any tafsir. Even Tabari didn't say before the day of judgment.
No, he's saying that this verse, you're a crazy person. You are a crazy person. He is quoting for you the verse, "O jinn and mankind, you cannot go out of the zone of the earth." He is explaining this verse. He's saying this is, nobody can, and until Allah, He sent His angels down to the earth in the judgment day. It's in front of you. This is the interpretation for the verse.
What about the part that Allah, without the permission of Allah, what did He say about that?
Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Okay, this is what it's about, the permission of Allah. Here we go. Read carefully again. He repeat again. Ibn Abbas said, "All jinn and mankind, you cannot go out of the zone of the heaven and the earth. You shall not execute except by His power." Read carefully. He says, if you can, this is the translation of Google. Know that the heaven.
Okay, I understand the point you're making. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Breaking up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, you're breaking up badly. I'm half of the time I can't hear you. You're breaking up for some reason. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. First of all, Tabari explained his understanding. Even in his explanation, he didn't use the word like no one before the day of judgment can travel outside the earth. He didn't.
My friend, Tabari, this is not.
You are saying that this is
explanation of Tabari. This is Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas saying
that
this is about the judgment day. This is about the judgment day. This will be the case until the judgment day.
You didn't show me he's saying that. You're implying that he.
Hello.
I don't know how to explain to you. I just simply clearly ask you to show me where it says no one can go before that. Yes, Tabari is explaining his explanation. Even in his explanation, he didn't use the word what you use it. But what we're saying is, even people like Tabari, even Ibn Kathir, they lived centuries before. Before the space exploration.
I will make it simple for you. I find a solution. Did your prophet say that when he became a prophet, no shaitan can go and spy at Allah no more?
No shaitan can inspire Allah.
Yes. Did he say after he became a prophet, Allah, he closed the doors of the heavens for shaitan?
Allah, he closed the doors of the heaven for shaitan. I haven't read that hadith, to be honest. Neither I heard from any scholar.
When the verse in the Quran, it says that those shaitan who try to spy at Allah, what is the explanation for this verse? It says, and we have guarded the near heaven from every outcast shaitan, except him, the devil, who gained hearing by stealing, he pursued by a flaming fire. You said,
which verse?
You said, okay, you said, hold on. You said that shaitan, it's possible that he is out in the space, correct?
Yes,
okay,
absolutely, yes.
But Allah saying that if shaitan, he tried to go out of the space to spy at him, he is going to shoot him. Do you agree with that?
He's going to scare him off from shooting stars. He's not shoot him.
Okay, no.
Scaring them off.
Okay, it says so Allah will miss. Are you saying Allah will miss?
Allah will stars, and they will scare them off of the stars.
No, where it says scare him, it says he pursued by a flaming fire. Allah will shoot him.
CP, can I call you back because you're breaking up most of the time? I think it's not fair.
No problem. No problem.
I can't hear most of the things you're saying.
Okay, okay.
Let me call you back.
All right. I have a surprise for him. Just wait. You know, always you have to make them so excited, because the more excited they are, the more they will make Islam stupid. Yes, Abbas. You hear me?
Hello?
Yes, Abbas, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. What do you want to say? Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? CB,
I hear you, man.
There's
Come
something
on.
wrong with
You
this
hear me. I'm sure you hear
can
me.
Can you hear me clear, yeah?
Hey, come on. I hear you and you hear me.
Okay.
And you
So,
hear me.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because I'm just driving on my way home.
Okay.
So I think there's sometimes your reception go bad. So, right. Let's start again then. You were saying?
I was saying, when Allah, he said, if shaitan, he try go out to the heaven, Allah will, you said, Allah will scare him. He will not shoot him, correct?
Yes. Well, send the stars and they scare them. And then they, of course, they cannot travel where they want to travel.
Okay. So,
but you have to prove it wrong that this cannot be possible.
Okay, listen.
You have to show me there's scientific. You're making a fun of it.
But shaitan is trying to go out of the zone of the earth, correct?
Yes, the understanding is that he go out of the earth.
What is the zone of the earth? What is the zone of the earth?
The earth have outside there are layers there, there are ozone layers there.
All right. So is that the atmosphere?
Miles out
is that the atmosphere? Okay. So you are saying this is the atmosphere, correct?
Yes, atmosphere of the earth.
All right.
Yeah.
So shaitan, Allah will shoot him by a star, and you are the one who agreed. Everybody heard you saying that this is a star, correct?
Star. That's right. Yeah.
Okay. So as long as you just agreed that this is inside the zone of the earth. So do you believe really that the stars are going
also
inside?
Understand, I didn't say shoot him.
No. Okay, hold on. No problem. Allah will scare him by shooting the star inside the atmosphere of the earth. Do you know how big the star?
Did I say inside the earth? Why are you putting words in my mouth?
You said the atmosphere. You said the atmosphere. The atmosphere is in the earth already. You know the star. Do you know how big the star?
Satan is in the atmosphere.
Listen. Shaitan is in the atmosphere, no problem.
Look,
Allah, he showed us.
Goes up
Allah,
he
pursued the shaitan.
And you can be scared from the thousands of miles away from the wherever you stars. Why can't you be scared?
Okay, hold on.
Why can't you stay? Why are you laughing?
So Allah is scaring shaitan by seeing a star miles away. I mean, millions of years away. What are you talking about?
Hello?
You are the one who said that Allah will shoot at him to push him away, correct?
Allah, when they go out to seek the knowledge, Allah throw the star and scare them. That doesn't mean the stars are coming into the atmosphere of the earth. Of course, that's what he's saying.
No problem. Listen.
Nobody's saying that would be.
Okay, listen, I will go with you. So, Shaitan, he tried to earn the knowledge of Allah. Where is the knowledge of Allah located?
Well, whatever the knowledge they want to bring to people.
Hold on. You are the one who said, everybody heard you, that Shaitan is still in the atmosphere, correct?
In the atmosphere or outside the atmosphere, it can be. I'm open.
No, you said, you are the one who said, you are the one who said that they are in the atmosphere. Yes or no?
No. You say how big the atmosphere is. What is the atmosphere?
No, you said he is in the atmosphere. We are recording. Don't do that again, Abbas. What's wrong with you?
I did not say. No,
you said, you just said that. Everybody is laughing. You said that Shaitan is in the atmosphere, and you said yes, he is in the atmosphere, and you tried to explain to me the layers of the atmosphere. So now, and we agreed upon that, and now you take it off back.
Look,
do you want me to play backward the recording of the video so people will laugh at you?
If you're not going to have a
do you want me to play back do you want me to play back the recording of your voice saying yes, he is in the atmosphere?
Okay. Can you rewind it all the way back when I call you? And that's exactly what I said to you. I said they can go in the space, but not without the permission of Allah.
No, you said the atmosphere. You said he is in the atmosphere. You said that. Do you see why I hang up on you? Do you see why I hang up on you? You are just like a kid.
I'm really.
You are not mature, Abbas. You are not mature. You are not mature. Okay, let's go back to zero. I will go back to zero. I will go back to zero. Where is the Shaitan? Is he in the earth or not?
From the very beginning, I said to you, they can go out but without the permission of Allah. And then you say, how can they go out in the space? I said, well, where does it says they can't? That's what I'm saying from the very beginning. Now you're trying to corner me on the thing. Oh, so he's in the atmosphere. I say, yeah, he can be in the atmosphere. He can be in the space, wherever they are. But they will be scared by those shooting stars. Allah will scare them. Allah will put fear in their heart by the shooting stars or the stars. Doesn't matter where they are. They could be in the space. So don't try to corner me on something which I didn't say.
But you said that. You see, I'm letting you talk because people are laughing. Because people heard you saying that Shaitan, he cannot go out of the atmosphere. You are the one who said that.
No, I didn't say that. If I said that, maybe I don't know if I said. I don't think I say that. I was answering you. Okay. You say, is Satan in the atmosphere? I say yes, in the atmosphere. That doesn't mean he cannot go out at all. I didn't say that.
Okay, so when Allah he says you cannot leave the zone of the earth without my permission, did Allah give the Shaitan permission to go to heaven?
If Satan, yes, Allah could give him permission. Yes.
I showed you that Allah he said to Shaitan and to Adam, get down, you and your wife and Shaitan, get down.
That's right.
Is that ban lifted? Yes. Is that ban lifted?
They're going to be lived there. They're going to be lived there. That doesn't mean the Satan is not going to try to travel into space. And when he will try to travel in the space, Allah will scare them and he will come back. He will not be able to go further. So yes. So when Allah say get down, that's the 7th heaven or 6th heaven, wherever it is. So if you say get down from here, you could be in the 1st heaven, you could be in the earth. So this is all our imaginations. We cannot say for certain what exactly it means, but that's for sure.
So what is the point of this challenge, oh genie and the human being, get out if you cannot without my permission? We never heard a verse in the Quran saying that Allah gave permission neither to man or to genie. Can you show me a verse?
Well, no, this no. When Allah says you, if the point was they can never, Allah, the verse will say you can never.
Okay, but I showed you. I showed you the interpretation. I showed you the interpretation, and the interpretation agree that this is about that until the judgment day, nobody will be able to leave the zone of the earth.
No, that will ultimately that will happen. Ultimately, but it doesn't say.
What do you mean? What do you mean ultimately? What do you mean ultimately? What do you mean by saying ultimately?
That on the day of judgment, the earth will be destroyed, and everybody will allow the souls.
Okay.
The souls will be taken
out.
And
from now until the judgment day, nobody will be able to leave. Correct?
Without the permission of Allah.
Okay, but Allah never gave permission. That's why He sent Adam and Shaitan to earth.
It's obviously Allah gave permission.
When He gave permission?
When they're traveling in the space. That's what I'm telling you. This is one of the.
So you're trying to explain how the Shaitan, how the Soviet Union get Allah busted. You say obviously Allah gave permission. This is what you are saying. Because obviously the Quran is wrong.
Allah give permission to them.
Where? Show me where it says Allah He gave permission. Allah gave permission to the infidels.
Now this is for the yes. Anybody have knowledge? Allah give permission to infidels. What's wrong with that? They are His creation. They are all Allah's creation. In the worldly matters, you can be successful in the worldly matters, but on the day of judgment, they have nothing for them. So if you work hard, Allah will let you whatever you want to earn on the worldly level. Look, Allah even let people kill their prophets. The bad people kill their prophets. It happened many times. Even children of Israel, people of God, they were defeated by the pagans.
Who is the one who make the people kill the prophets? Allah allow it, or Allah He send them to kill them?
This is how it is. Allah let this was a test for people. They do evil things, and for the prophet it's a martyrdom.
No, I'm asking you, who is the one who sent people to kill their prophets? You are changing topic, but I will go with you. Who is the one who sent his people to kill his prophets? Who is the one who sent that, Shaitan or Allah?
Can you? I don't know what you mean by that.
Don't tell me. You know. This is why you are not answering, because you're afraid. Who is the one? You said even Allah allow. You said Allah allow people to kill even His prophet. Did you say that?
That's right. Yes.
Okay.
Allah allow
it, or Allah He sent them to kill His prophets.
Allah sent people to kill His prophet.
Thank you, guys. Did you hear this? Allah He sent.
No. You said. I'm asking you. Did you say Allah sent people
Allah sent His people to kill His prophets? Yes or no?
Okay. Show me. I don't know. I don't know.
No, give me an answer. Don't tell me. Show me. Tell me the answer. Yes or no?
I don't think so. That's true. That Allah sent people.
Why not?
To kill His
Why is that true? Why is that true? What's wrong with that? If Allah He sent somebody to kill His prophet, what's wrong with that?
Not to my knowledge that Allah sent to kill His prophet. That doesn't make
sense. That's not the
sense.
question. What's wrong with that? Let us say Allah He sent somebody to kill His prophet. Is that make Allah a bad person for you?
It's like me sending to kill somebody really good human being.
Okay, so that's not good. That's evil.
That will not be right thing.
That will be evil. Okay, thank you, guys. Did you hear this? Chapter 6, verse 112. Chapter 6, verse 112. It says Allah is the one who sent those enemies to the prophet. Read it.
Allah, chapter 6, verse 112.
Chapter 6, 112.
Okay, let's read it. Allah sent people to kill His prophet. Okay. And so it is that against every prophet we have set up the evil ones from among men and jinn. Some of them inspire others with specious speech only by way of delusion. Had it been your Lord's will, they would not have done it. Leave them alone to fabricate what they will. So I didn't see the word kill here. But Allah sent people to kill His prophet.
He is the one who appointed the enemies. All the enemies. What the enemies going to do? What the enemies will do to the prophet? And by the way, translation here, they are adding things that's not in the verse in the English.
Okay. Show me the word kill. It says that Allah sent people to kill His prophet.
Who is the one who will kill the prophet? The enemy, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
enemies
do all wrong.
All the enemies, with no exception, all the enemies are appointed by Allah. Does it say that?
Now you're playing with words here, right? No, it doesn't. When you say Allah raised people against prophet, but
no, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. And so we have appointed for every prophet enemies. So every prophet, Allah appointed enemies. So those enemies, and if it's not Allah will, they will not do that. Read it.
No. What happened then among those enemies? Some crossed the boundaries. They crossed the
listen.
limit.
Why Allah? You are the one who said to me a second ago, you said it's not right to do something evil to my prophets. You are the one who said that to me, correct? You said this is wrong. So why Allah is appointing enemies to his prophets, which is against what you said, that this is wrong. You said this is wrong.
Okay.
How I send somebody and I will appoint something against him, this is wrong. You said that this is evil.
CP, I don't know, people don't get it, but I just get you very well. You know, I can see you through very well. Like, you know, that you show the picture of that transparent hoor in the heaven, you know, X-ray. I can see you through like that X-ray. For me, it's nothing, nothing surprise. But people are very fooled.
So you nothing surprised. So why you said it's wrong that Allah will appoint against his prophets his enemies? You are the one who said that.
This verse is not saying what you're saying. You said if I show you that Allah sent people to kill his prophet, I say I don't know.
Is the enemy of the prophet is the one who killed him, or the one who killed? Who is the enemy of the prophets? Who are they? The enemy of the prophet? Okay, listen. Who is the enemies of the prophets?
Every enemy is not a killer of the prophet.
Okay, but all the enemies are appointed by Allah. All the enemies are appointed by Allah. Yes or no?
Allah is not sending them to kill the prophet.
So,
man. What you
no. He sent them in purpose to hurt his prophet. You are the one who said. Everybody heard you. You are the one who said even Allah he allow people to kill his prophet. You said allow. Did you say allow?
No. Yes, Allah, because Allah allow everything.
Okay, guys, Allah he allow. No, Allah don't allow everything. Don't stop being lying. Because Allah he said nothing can happen except by his permission. Is that correct?
His will.
Okay, by his will. Okay, so when somebody killed his prophet, that is his will.
What Allah let evil happen. If evil happen, Allah doesn't
stop talking like rubbish. Is that the will of Allah or against his will? Allah he says nothing bad happened to you, but it is the will of Allah. Do you agree?
When Allah says nothing happened against the will without the will of Allah, that means Allah let it happen. That doesn't mean Allah wanted that to happen.
Okay, but here we have, but here we have Allah appointed enemies to his prophet from shaitan and from mankind. Does it say appointed?
Yeah.
Okay, what appointed mean? Explain to me. Your English better than mine. What appointed mean?
Appointed here means Allah let the opposition.
No, that's a lie. Appointed doesn't mean he let. It's mean he hired them.
No, it doesn't mean that.
Are you stupid or what? Are you stupid or what? Appointed mean he let it happen or he hired them.
Show me the word appointed here in Arabic, please.
But you don't know Arabic.
It's very important. Well, I have my sources. I have my sources. I have my sources. Seriously, I have my sources.
Go ahead, Baz, go. Read it in Arabic so we can laugh. I want to hear you.
Okay, 6:112. وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَا لِكُلِّ نَبِيٍّ عَدُوًا شَيْطَانًا الْإِنسِ وَالْجِنِّ يُهْيِي بَعْضُهُمْ إِلَى بَعْضٍ
Abbas, people will laugh at you. Come on. This is embarrassing. What are you doing? Now, okay, what you get from this? What it says?
I'm looking at the word appointed.
What do you mean looking at the word appointed?
Ja'alna. Are you talking about Ja'alna? Is it Ja'alna is appointed?
Maybe. I don't know. What do you think?
No, you tell me, because I didn't use the English translation I'm reading. In that, he says, and thus we made for every prophet an enemy.
Okay, does it say made? Did you say the word? Did you say the word made yourself? Did you say we made?
Made, yeah. Allah
so,
make everything.
Guys, let us replace the word appoint like appointed by made. What is different?
The made mean Allah has created them as well. The enemies, they also
no. He made them the enemies. He made them. What he made them? What he made out of them? He made them enemies.
Let's read that again. And thus we made for every prophet an enemy, devils, the mankind and the jinn, inspiring some of them to others decorative. So Allah has created them, and they are the enemies of the prophets. Yes.
No, he made them. He made them the enemies of the prophet. Yes or no? Did he made them to be enemies?
Well, how they become?
No, did he make them that this is their job? Did he make them an enemy and this is their job? As Allah, he made them to be an enemy.
They are the enemies of, yes, but this is all creation of Allah.
This is not the question. This is not the question. Did he made them? Did he made them an enemy? He made them to be the enemy. He made them. He designed them. He created them for a reason to be the enemy of the Prophet. Do you agree with that or not?
The word ja'alna means made, yes.
Okay, so he made them. This is what he created them for, right?
Let me read more translation.
No. Okay, translate. Do you want to open the?
I don't want to go down on the.
Do you want me to open
the?
Do you want me to open the interpretation for you? What do you want?
Oh, interpretation will do very well. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Interpretation would do good, guys. He said,
I'm looking at the word ja'alna, exactly what it means.
So he said interpretation would do good. Okay, let's go and find the interpretation. Okay.
Make us could be another word is make us, not necessarily made.
Okay, this is the interpretation. Here we go. This is Tafsir al-Jalalain. Read for me in the screen, please. Go ahead.
Actually, I got Jalalain on myself.
No problem.
I am reading Jalalain.
Read the Jalalain. That's wonderful. He got a Jalalain there. I got a Jalalain here. So we are part.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Read the Jalalain.
And so we have appointed. He used the word appointed in the interpretation, but translation of Sahih International says made. Okay. So we have appointed to every prophet an enemy, just as we have appointed these your enemies, and this other one an enemy is substituted by the following shaitan devil. Devils, the rebels of mankind and jinn who inspire, whisper, fine speech to each other, the falsehood, and that is disguised as such in delusion. That is in order to delude them. Yet had your Lord willed, they would never have done it. That's the whole main point. That means Allah let it happen.
But
if he doesn't,
does it say that he is the one who appointed them?
It started from saying that. So we have appointed every prophet and enemy, just as we have appointed these your enemies.
No, what does that mean? You see, you are the one who said you reject the word appointed, but now we go back to appoint because this is what Jalalain is saying. So Allah is the one who appointed enemy to the prophet, and you are the one in the beginning who said this is wrong.
Arabic word doesn't use the word appoint. That's what I'm saying.
Arabic word it says that وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَا, and therefore we made for every prophet his enemies. He is the one who made them. He created them to be enemies. This is their job.
And I told you that is because Allah let it.
All right, listen. Let me ask you. Did your prophet have a shaitan who give him command and he is sent by Allah? Yes or no?
That's the hadith you read, isn't it, many times?
I'm asking you, yes or no? So we are trying to explain.
Yes.
Okay. So did the shaitan?
Hadith says that, but the understanding of the hadith is not what your understanding is.
No problem. Well, your prophet will explain it to us. Allah he sent shaitan against his prophet. Yes or no?
According to this verse, yeah, they are the enemies. Allah made them in that way. They are the enemies of the prophets.
Thank you.
And that's the test.
But in the beginning, remember, you are the one who said this will be wrong. Everybody heard you. Now, so so Allah he did wrong against.
I say
you said
your understanding was wrong.
No. You said no. I asked you from the beginning. I asked you from the beginning. You spoke about killing the prophets and harming the prophet. I said, okay, who is the one who appoint those who will harm the prophet? Is it Allah? He says no, because that will be wrong. Everybody heard you. It's recorded again. Now listen, how Muhammad, Allah he appointed for every human being, including the prophet, Qareen. Is that correct? Qareen.
Let me correct you.
Did your prophet appointed Qareen? Yes or no? Did Allah he appointed Qareen?
Look, you can't lie and just say leave it. I have to correct you where you just lie.
It's recorded. There's no need to correct it. It's recorded.
No. I know this is also recorded. That I'm not going to refute you. That will be recorded as well. So I have to refute you. You said, didn't your Allah send people to kill his prophet? That's what he said. I say, not to my knowledge, Allah didn't send anybody to kill him. Now, sending somebody to kill him is very direct thing. But let people to kill his prophet is another thing. So when Allah make enemies for Prophet, those enemies were the oppositions. But Allah never tell them to kill their Prophet. Allah never say go and kill my Prophet. That was the whole
But he
point.
is the one who appointed to be the enemy, which means they are doing the orders of Allah.
Appointed him enemy, they were the opposition. That's
Okay,
what it is.
how Allah he appointed them? Okay, let me ask you. When Allah he appointed me now to be the enemy of Muhammad, what Allah did? He gave me an order. Hey, Christian Prince, I want you to target Muhammad. Is that correct?
No, you do be opposed. No, he let you to oppose.
Okay.
And
No, no, he don't let me. No, it doesn't say he let. It doesn't say he let me. Stop being a liar. We ask you from the beginning. Who is the one who made those people and appoint those people to be the enemy? He says it cannot be Allah. The verse in front of us says we have appointed, and appointed so clear.
Like Allah appoint prophets, yeah.
Okay, appoint,
So
but here he appoint
Allah
he appointed evil one against his prophet. Who is the one who appoint them? Allah.
So when you understand Islam and Quran, look, even you read the tafsir doesn't agree with you.
Okay, the tafsir is in front of me. It says Allah appointed.
No, Allah didn't say as you saying that. Allah.
It says that in front of us. Everybody can see it. Everyone can see it. Allah he appointed them against his prophets.
Let me read that again. He doesn't explain that what he's saying, that he's sending people when people are killing, that's what, because Allah appointed them. No, appoint here means they are the enemies. They're
Okay, what appoint? Okay, Abbas, slow on by one. You know you are smart, we are not. What we can do? What the word appointed mean? Let us search in Google translation and see what the word appointed mean. Whatever it mean, I will take it. What do you think? Appointed. Let's see what appointed. Here we go. Appointed of a time, of a place, decided on before and designated. So Allah designated. Do you see it? Allah designated for every prophet his enemies. Who is the one designate the enemy? Allah. This is what appointed mean. English is not my first language. English is not my first language. I search in Google. Huh?
Wait, you're too fast. You're too fast. First of all, when you say Jalna means appointed, you know that it doesn't mean appointed.
My friend,
not every translation.
Listen, you are the one who said to me. You are the one who said to me, "Let's go to Al-Jalalain." I am in Al-Jalalain, and you said you have your version Al-Jalalain. I said that's wonderful, and you did read. Does it say in Al-Jalalain in front of you appointed? Yes or no?
In Tafsir, but the Sahih International say made.
Okay,
and
my friend,
Yusuf Ali say
does it say okay? So Allah, when we say Allah, He made for every prophet his enemies. He's not talking about the creation of a human being, because already a human being created long time ago. Allah created supposedly genie and the human from the beginning. That's it. But here He's talking about specific thing. The enemy. Who is the one who made the enemy for Allah, for His prophet? Allah.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, Muhammad has many enemies. They tried to kill him, but they didn't kill him.
Did not?
Allah saved him. Yeah.
So why Muhammad saying that he was killed by poison?
Enemies couldn't kill him.
Well,
he never says killed by poison. I heard all this rubbish all the time. He never killed by prophet, killed by poison. He did say to Aisha, I feel the pain of the poison.
Okay.
I ate. He feel the pain of the poison, but that is his understanding. But that doesn't mean that's true that poison affecting him.
Guys,
like
did you hear what Abbas said? Abbas, can you give me a minute, please, guys? Did you hear? He said this is his understanding. So he's saying he's a prophet is a fool. He don't understand. So Abbas today is correcting me, correcting Muhammad, correcting the understanding of all of us. The understanding of Muhammad is stupid. The understanding of Christian Prince is stupid. The only one is smart here is Abbas. So Abbas, please correct the understanding of your prophet. Your prophet saying this is how he feel. He is dying because of the poison he ate at Khaybar, and you are saying this is his understanding, which means you are right and Muhammad is stupid.
Can I answer?
Go.
You see, I listen to you very patiently. I let you speak because you speak a lot of nonsense.
Go ahead.
Do you know poison he had in Khaybar? And he died 3 to 4 years later. In that 3 to 4 years, and remember, one of his companions died on the spot, who ate with him. He died on the spot. So the poison was so strong. So if that poison affected him, he had many battles in between that. He conquers Makkah. He had a Hunain, Battle of Hunain. He done Hajj. All that time, in that time, he was really suffering.
I never, by the way, heard of the Battle of Hanan. Hanan, okay. What is that, Hanan? Is that the new whiskey?
Hunain.
Hunain. What Hanan? Okay, so Abbas, I get you. You are saying that your prophet is really stupid. How he will say that, Muhammad, after 3 years of being eating the poison? You idiot. How in the world you say that you die because of the poison? This is what Abbas is saying. He is saying that he's a prophet. Obviously is an idiot. He ate a poison 3 years ago, and yet he think this prophet is funny. This is stupid, man. This is a crazy prophet. He think after 4 years of eating the poison, he is dying because of the poison. So we get a conclusion from Abbas that Abbas saying that Muhammad, he was saying false words. He thinks something, but the fact it's not. He's wrong. And Abbas, our brother here from the Pakistan, is correcting the mighty prophet of Allah. The prophet, he says something, obviously it's wrong. This is what you are saying. I've already heard you.
Yeah, can I?
Go ahead.
Well, what that Allah has given us intellect and reason and logic to see things doesn't make sense or not.
So you are saying the prophet have no logic. Oh guys, did you hear this? Allah, when Muhammad he says that he don't have decency, he don't have sense, and he don't have logic, he accuses his prophet of all of these. Because Allah, this doesn't make sense. You just said that. This does not make sense. Allah, he gave us logic. Allah gave it. So Muhammad, he been given not the logic of Abbas. Abbas, he got the logic. Muhammad, he was not given the sense of understanding. Abbas was given that. So you just admitted that your prophet is really stupid idiot, and he have no logic, he have no sense of understanding, and he's a stupid. You said that, not me.
No. What I'm saying is, when I analyze everything, the time of he ate poison and the time he died, in the middle he was perfectly fine and healthy. So what happened then? So I come to the conclusion, and I'm sure you're not going to like it, that this hadith is dubious.
This hadith, but this is Sahih Bukhari.
And Sahih Bukhari are all not even Shaykh Al-Bani.
You see, a second ago you never mentioned anything about the hadith, but now after we got you busted, humiliated, because you humiliated your prophet, now you have to jump to the last try, the hadith. There is something wrong with the hadith.
I didn't see any of that what you said about the prophet.
Just go. I have enough.